It'll be 1 to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 dig, 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 go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Last week I was thinking about, usually you think, all right, quarter of the way through the race, at some point, guys are going to catch up. Guys are going to start working on the cars and really start figuring it out. But we just kept getting our car a little better, and everyone's just kind of maintained. And halfway through the race, you're like, I don't know, maybe, but guys are going to get their cars better at the end. And then with 50 laps to go, 30 laps to go, we come out on the last pit stop, and I said, man, just please tell me my car hasn't changed from the first 5 or 6 pit stops we had. We came out and the car was the best it had ever been, and pulling away from the pack, I said, this is it. And at this point, I'm starting to think, what am I going to feel like when I get out of the race car? What are my emotions going to be? What am I going to say? And those things run through your head while you're out there on the racetrack. And it doesn't take but that split instant in that corner, you feel the right front fall down that it goes from joy to you beating the steering wheel off.
I tell them a race that is fairly quiet, that has a lot of excitement, is those 2 Richmond races. 2 races under the lights. They both have great meeting. This one here in the spring, it's really no holding back. Then the one that leads up to the chase in the fall, you've really got to be on your game if you're going to be in the chase or out of the chase. Both those races, pure excitement. The Richmond, they call it the action track, and it's that reason because it has that name because we can race low, we can race in the middle. A high groove, you're always around somebody, and there's always some good action that's going on at Richmond. So I think it's a great track, and it's neat that both races are under the lights.
Well, 3 and wide might be pushing a little bit, but it's definitely a track that you can run side by side on and that you can pass really well. I think everybody enjoys going to Richmond, fans, drivers, crews, everybody does. So for us, we struggled there since they went to this car. We haven't had it figured out, and we didn't run good at Phoenix. So we've been working really hard this week and next week to try to bring something there that'll be competitive.
Well, listen, the short tracks have always produced good racing, and they always will. It's it's just such a small environment. You have so many teams, so many cars, a lot of good drivers. There's a lot of things going on, and it happens on a small, confined space. Richmond, to me, is the best racetrack in the country for good, hard racing. It's big enough to race hard. It's small enough to have good side-by-side racing. It's just a good combination of straightaway and corners, no bad seat in the house. To me, it's the way that, I think it's the best racetrack that there is. So it's a night of excitement. It's a night of a lot of stuff going on, and it's what racing should be.
Anytime you go to a track that has multiple racing grooves, it's something that all the drivers are going to like. It's been a pretty good track for us, so I certainly look forward to going there. But I do know that for the fans, it's a great show just because there's a lot of action. There's a lot going on. It's tight racing like a short track, but there's multiple grooves, and that's something we don't see very often, at a 3/4 mile racetrack.
This is NASCAR Newscast Weekend Preview Edition. Race number 10 of the 2009 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series season is set for Saturday night with the Crown Royal presents the Russ Friedman 400 at Richmond International Raceway. The .75-mile track has developed a reputation as one of the most exciting stops on the schedule for its side-by-side racing and close competition, and 4-time series champion Jeff Gordon says Richmond delivers the kind of action fans love.
It's been a pretty good track for us, so I certainly look forward to going there. But I do know that for the fans, it's a great show just because there's a lot of action. There's a lot going on. It's tight racing like a short track, but there's multiple grooves, and that's something we don't see very often, at a 3/4 mile racetrack.
But Richmond also presents a challenge to several drivers and teams, including Matt Kenseth, who's looking to improve on his recent performance at the track.
I think everybody enjoys going to Richmond, fans, drivers, crews, everybody does. So for us, we've struggled there since they went to this car. We haven't had it figured out, and we didn't run good at Phoenix. So we've been working really hard this week and next week to try to bring something there that'll be competitive.
Kevin Harvick will have a new crew this week thanks to a recent swap between the Richard Childress Racing number 29 and number 07 teams. Leads the drivers to watch heading into Richmond based on NASCAR's Loop Data driver rating system. Harvick has compiled a driver rating of 118.8 over the last 8 races held at the track, with Virginia native Denny Hamlin, who's still looking for a win at his home track, next with a 115.3 rating. Last year's thrilling Richmond May race winner Clint Boyer is 7th with a 93.3 driver rating. Kurt Busch took over the Sprint Cup Series point standings and leads Gordon by 5 points heading into Richmond. The Richmond weekend also includes the NASCAR Nationwide Series in action Friday night under the lights. This is NASCAR Newscast.